What's up, y'all? It's Jeffery at Jeffery TV, coming to you live on Memorex, undisclosed location, default route. First of all, first thing I gotta say is my life is borderline enchanted. I absolutely love this experience on this planet, in this life, in this body. I absolutely love being Jeffery. People, music, food, travel, experience. It's a wonderful thing for me. And it was brought up yesterday regarding my disability claim and my activities I may post on Facebook or post period, you know. Would that be any kind of conflict? I don't think it would be. My problem has never been outside of the job or the job, probably the position. It's to answering them damn phones. So, and if they pull me in and say, hey, you're out here doing this, doing that, that's my therapy. That I can honestly say, this is my therapy in getting back. The experience of being who I am in relation to the P-Funk culture and people come to the shows and how many years I've been going and just seeing people, it's just so energizing and rewarding and stimulating and oh my, and then the music, the band, and the musicians, the band is people, you know, running into them, greeting them, talking to them, fans, our culture, strangers, people who I don't know directly, who seem to feel my energy and feel very well, what's the word when they feel like it's okay to, you know, just feel like they could walk up and just talk to me and strike up a conversation and just start talking like, you know, we're knowing each other. It's the whole thing. It's the whole thing. And then on this particular last few days, I think the last time I talked to you was Ventura. I did Oakland. I did Santa Cruz. These are P-Funk shows. Oakland, Santa Cruz, Ventura, Anaheim, and LA. I think that's right. I had the pleasure of meeting a personality that I found very attractive, stimulating, almost energizing. It's been a long time since I met someone that I was interested in. Is that the word I can say? But I found it fascinating. I even noticed, or over, you know, last few days, realized that I may be able to see this type of energy or personality, or even before I even know him or even talk to him. But this one caught my eye. I think it was in Ventura. Definitely in Ventura. And then when I got to the Anaheim show, ultra early, I saw him. walking around. They're like, hey, you're supposed to go that way to get in. We end up sitting talking. As I was eating, they got a drink. They just kind of joined me here at the House of Blues. Captivated might be a strong word, but it was very interesting and very stimulating. And it was good to know, it's good to know, or to be reminded that that could still happen, that that's still out there in my independent bliss, which I'm not downgrading one bit. I still love the freedom and the independence, and just the whole mindset behind my independence. But it was good. It was good meeting the person, and just, you know, hitting it off and just finding them attractive and stimulating. And, you know, just to, you know, I ain't got to get married or do this or do that or anything. Just to have that experience for those couple days, you know. And then, hey, you know, maybe we'll talk again, or even hopefully we'll talk again. But you don't know. Oh, why didn't you call me? You know, I'm thinking that's not going to be the case. But anyway, you throw that on top of just good P-Funk shows. Ventura was the best show. Anaheim possibly could have been better. It's a House of Blues. One of the shows, they started off with Cosmic Slop, and that one was probably, it's a blur. It's just all good. It's just all really good. They started off with Cosmic Slop. They playing Aqua Boogie, Energy, music, sound. After that Oakland show, where the sound was terrible, the sound's been right. And it may be that because I was able to secure my front row center position, and maybe who I had dancing next to me, not just who, but who and the rhythm, oh my God. Just to have that kind of rhythm next to me and have somewhat of a connection, or at least the acquaintance to the personality involved. It was just good. Front row, just, you know, vibing off their rhythm and the rhythm of the band and everybody. It's just good. It's just really good. You know, so every now and then, that kind of thing plays into it. It brings an added, I don't want to say joy or excitement. It brings an added appreciation, no, not appreciation. Just, you know, it brings a little something extra to the whole mix. You know, just to, and then get to the Novo early yesterday. I got there like 2.5 hours early. Parked, just chilling, walking around, just chilling. They let us up in the lounge, so it was like 3 or 4 of us in the lounge. Huge lounge. They played Stone Jam by Slave. And right before we went in, they played Knee Deep. This is when it's like a top-notch lounge system. Just beautiful bass, setting, gorgeous. I mean, this is the Novo downtown, across from Crypto Arena, so you know it's gonna be just top-notch and slick and elegant, and we're in there and just, get in there early. They had a problem with the badges and the quick pass, so we had to stand there. And even though I got a little bit anxious because I wanted to secure my spot up front, I knew that nobody was getting in there before us until they got it worked out. So I was able to calm myself a little bit, but I was a little bit tense and excited that when we were waiting in the waiting area to get in. Because there's been times where we'd be sitting there waiting and there's the general public in there. And you miss that front row spot. And to be front row in LA at that show is crucial. So I get there and things get set up and people arrive, person arrives, and it's just, me and her talked, and it was just stimulating. It's just really good. It's just really good. Really, really good. The band was good. Well, the band was good. But to the well-trained eye, how the mothership fly. And you had recently seen better. It's hard to even put it that way because it sounds like I'm putting something down or one is negative or anything, but it's not. The LA show was good. There's no doubt about it. The LA show was good. But I think because of the size of the stage and the acoustics of the building, it felt a teeny bit wallowy. The sound couldn't be it couldn't make sharp turns and be as tight as it was in Ventura, which was probably the perfect size. House of Blues, which may be a teeny bit small, just a teeny bit. But the sound, smaller venue, I think has something to do with it. Because the energy of the Ventura and Anaheim shows just had like a snap to it. At last night, it was last night, wasn't it? Yeah, last night at the LA show, all the band members was dressed up a little extra makeup I noticed here and there. Nicer clothes, dressed for some, for the majority of the members. You can see that, this is something different. And we all know that. We know, I think P-Funk has a notorious history, if you ask me, regarding playing LA shows. At times, it definitely was drug related. Even to the point people missing shows, blah, 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 whatever in LA. And I could kind of understand. DJ Quick was on stage. So, LA, you kind of expect the stars to come out, the executives, that crowd. New York may be a thing, but I think LA, as far as entertainment, when you play LA, you're playing for the crowd, you're also playing for the stars and the media, et cetera, et cetera. Everybody looked good and sharp. Like I said, the show was good. The show was good, but it wasn't better than House of Blues, and it wasn't better than Ventura. And I think it's because of setting, relaxedness, whatever, blah, 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 blah. But the band is playing good. Mr. Hampton is playing the songs. I want to say with integrity, but that might be a lot of self-righteous subjectivity, but there's a certain way, at the least, I expect, quote unquote, them to be played according to the radio. There's a certain phrases that the guitar should make, and the tone and sound and inflection of that resonates with me at different levels. The clarity, the tone, and last few shows he's just been nailing it. And not only just nailing it, putting a little extra on it that didn't take away from what I believe the way it should be, quote unquote, should be played. It was very interesting. Like at the Oakland show, the sound was terrible. it seemed like he started playing another song. And I wasn't even mad at that because it was still enjoyable. It was still something to experience. And I'm glad I got it, recorded. Just so I can say at least so I can say I was there. And have that experience, Mr. Hampton. Mr. Scheider also is taking ownership of the vocals and things he does, and his swagger on the stage is, we knew that was going to happen. We knew that was coming. And it's going to continue to grow. Whatever grow means, it's going to continue to evolve. Mr. Greg Thomas, blowing that horn. I'm telling you, he's going to pass out one of these days. He's going to pass out one of these days. I asked myself, and it's probably a weird question to ask, but I'd be like, why you play so hard? It's almost like a government worker saying, you ain't got to work that hard. Because he's doing way above what I believe the quote-unquote standard fan or concert goer does. He be pushing it. He be pushing it and going hard. Just about every time, probably every time. And you can see when he finished that solo, the look on his face. I'm like, man, don't hurt yourself. Mr. Boyer with his energy and dancing. Mr. Payne, 13 and the ad-libs, and the ad-libs are important. The filler, oh, yeah, get it. All that in the back. Where, quote unquote, where it's supposed to be. Prelude, I told them. Mr. Lewis, his his input in the background, underneath things that you can hear every now and then. Kevin Oliver's tone doing the P-Funk solos. It's just good. It's just all good. Brandy with her energy. You can see her kind of evolving her performance. How it's becoming more and more animated or relaxed. It's kind of like, we can just see her just taking it, not taking it over, but kind of like taking it over. Mr. Bedrosian, of course. I don't even think I got to say anything about Mr. Bedrosian, how he be killing it on the keys and singing. And his voice is definitely getting more and more soulful or whatever. Because it's like one verse, I think Mr. Clinton is singing, somebody sing. And the second verse, Mr. Bedrosian sing. And he started singing, I'm like, where is that? Who is that? A couple times I had to look around, folks, to see who was singing. And I was like, whoa, okay. Whoa. Mr. Kerry Stellar as usual. Killing on I'd Rather Be With You. Killing it. And I just don't, it's funny for me to picture Mr. Kerry playing that kind of bass with all the whoop, 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 wow, all that in it. But I ain't gonna say he be doing it, but he be doing it. And Uche, more and more growing into it. Either that or I'm getting used to him. But once again, he said right there in front of me for I'd Rather Be With You. In fact, during Gaga Goo Ga, I'm listening to Mr. Curry on the bass, and doom, 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 doom. I'm just like lost into that. I'm just like lost in that. And somebody tapped me on the shoulder, and I opened my eyes, And Uche got the mic right there in my mouth. So I was like, I'll sing it. I was into it to the point I grabbed the mic. I was like, give it here, I'd sing it. And put it up to my mouth like I knew what I was doing. And he snatched it back. I was like, I forgot where I was. I looked around. People smiling and gave me the thumbs up. And at one of the shows, Mrs. George Clinton gave me one of those Funkadelic fans. I was like, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's probably because I'm the #1, P-Funk fan, I guess. I don't know. And then, the next night or the other night, and I noticed before when Mr. Clinton would say, where them fans at? Where them fans at? And Brandy would pull out hers. And I was like, I remember that. I remember. But I forgot. So the next night, when GC was doing with the fans at, I was having a look at Carlon, and she went. And I went, oh, because I had the fan with me. Of course, I was carrying it with me in my pocket. So I knew to carry it with me, keep it with me. But I didn't know I was going to be an advertising prompt. I didn't know I was being recruited for advertisement. Because at least a couple people said, hey, where you get that fan from? That's a nice ass fan. Where you get that fan from? One of them called it colorful. I was like, yep, ain't it? For Funkadelic? Ain't Funkadelic supposed to be dark and heavy or whatever? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, lots of good music conversations about Funkadelic and funk and lyrics and where is, this and that, and just a lot of good P-Funk conversation during the whole few days. And so when Mr. Clinton went, when the fans at, I was ready. Put my fan out, finally figured out how to open it up the right way, get it open quick. Started doing my thing. There was even a picture of me circulating. Damn good picture too, of me doing the fan thing. When the fans at, I turned around and showed the crowd, just be dancing. Because it takes something to be that front row center guy. It takes something. And like last night, one of the people I was sort of hanging with, she got in early, and she got like front row center, square, or pretty much there. And so I had to, when somebody's there, you got to pick a side or the other side, and I wanted to be strategically placed based on the standing order because I wanted to be ensure who was going to be standing next to me. And so, get all that squared away. And I just happened to end up to the left a little bit, closer to the horn. Really, not close to the horn, but to the horn side, like right off center. And it was between the monitors. So it was the place where everybody could come closer to the stage between the monitors. And I just happened to be right there. So Mr. Clinton was just like right there. Uche was like right there, everybody right there. Mr. Hampton didn't come out that far. Mr. Thomas, all I'm like right there. And like I feel, to be that person front row center, especially with my size, and I guess if you just naturally have big energy, it's no big deal. It's just who I am, I do. But you just have that energy and the position. And I am aware of it. I learned to be aware of it probably a couple of decades ago. How to position in my room to have an influence on my room. How to position myself in a room or a place to where just simple body gestures would have an impact on the meeting or the room. I started to develop and learn that kind of stuff.
Wait.
So, and even at the, big venue, to be that person in the front row, carries a bit of weight if you ask me. And especially if people know you. It takes a lot. I mean, people looking at you, people watching you, you done developed this reputation, and you partly developed the reputation because of the way you acted or how you, do things up front. So it's like you grew into the position because of who you are, and naturally, you weren't just plunked down there and say, all right, So I take that front row position, being me, seriously. I got a job to do. I got a responsibility. Like the dude next to me was like, you gonna complain the whole night or something? I'm like, that's my job. I was kind of joking, and he was too, but that's the gist of it. Like, that's my job. This is like a company. This is like a business. I look at it that way. It needs to run. It needs to function, like a well machine. And it's just, not that I'm critical, but probably I am critical. And probably snobbish, as somebody pointed out, after having seen so many shows. But in my mind, at least, these are things that people would agree with me with. People who've seen shows and do shows and are looking for that, quote, not perfection, but that, that correct that, turn that down. What is this? How come that? We just wanted to be the best it can. And people know me as being critical of like that. Seems I'm accepted or out. Let's just put it that way. I'm allowed to be that person. Whatever that means. And so, that front row, being me. And then you got Mrs. Clinton going around with the PTV camera. Don't think I am not aware of where she is 90% of the time. Yeah. Because I do get, oh yeah, being front row center and being a prominent physical, energy, whatever that I am, I get not a lot, but I get my share of, time on the live feeds. People see me. I know her, so she turned the camera on me, so she gave me a fan, trying to promote them fans, so, I get my screen time, and, I don't take it lightly. I enjoy it. I don't change who I am. I don't feel like I gotta prepare. I just go and do what I do. All right. I just go and do what I do. I don't have to practice or this or that. Rehearse. It's just something I've been doing for 20, 30 years now. So being front row center at the LA show was very important. Being front row center at the LA show was very important. I mean, they all are, but this one especially. Because like I said, P-Funk has notoriously played hellified shows in Anaheim the day before in LA, and just, what the hell was that? But it was good. It was good. All of it's good. Travel, food, House of Blues people experience. It's all part of it. It's just not going to the show, even standing in line in the venue, meeting people, just the whole freaking thing, just all of it. Just all of it. And like, one of the people I met, she, long time P-Funk fan, even worked with Mr. Clinton. In fact, when Mr. Clinton came out, the first show, he shouted her out. Because, you know, they go back, you know, you knew him. She came, she had game. She definitely had game as far as entry and strategic positioning, and I was like, oh, okay. Because we all, well, plus, being the hippie dressed white girl, she gonna get away with a lot more than I probably could. Let's just face it. You know, they're gonna be a little bit more easy on her. I wouldn't quite call it racism, but you know, it's just different beasts. You know, so she ended up being the first one in the pit at the LA show, maybe like an hour before everybody, before they even let people in or anything. She was like in there. She got in there somehow. I saw her. She came in, and when it kind of struck me, wasn't all smiley and giggly. It was like she knew it was on a mission. She knew, you know, what needed to be accomplished, what she wanted to get done. You can see her eyes looking around, looking this way. You know, like, what's this? She's like, what's going on? They're going to let us down, blah, blah. She said, well, I'm going down now. She had never been to that venue before, but her ass made it down there. I guess she was down there for sound check. And then we got there, there was a holdup with the ticket scanners. So we standing there 15, 20 minutes, she down there by herself, just looking at us. And then we finally got in, squared it away. So I recognize game. I ain't mad. I ain't a hater. But sometimes you can do stuff to gain an advantage. Sometimes, no, this ain't for the stress of it. I ain't for especially the whole backstage thing where people will walk you in. You got to hang out here, hang out there until the show starts. They kind of slip into the crowd and all that kind of stuff. I'm too old for all that shit. I ain't, you know, oh, I'm gonna go over here, quote unquote, sneak in here, hang out here until this. No. All right. I'm probably too arrogant and too confident in believing that I can follow the rules and quote unquote do what I'm supposed to do and still get exactly what I want. Because all that, especially all that, you know, I ain't trying to hide this or have this person come. I don't even like being in a seat that ain't mine. There's one show though, me and Oli, they goes Pachanga or whatever, well, we standing on the side and wasn't nobody in the front row. So they started playing Funkadelic. Oli made the first step. I went right behind him. We went, sat in the front row, the whole show. And I usually don't like being in other people's seats. Because I don't want to have that, you know, distraction or thing or whatever. You know, it's no big deal. They come, you just leave, but still, I don't. So I buy my ticket, sit in my seat comfortably. But the Oakland show, the seat was so bad and the sound was so bad in it that I couldn't. I just couldn't. I got up and started wandering early and to get out of there. But it's the life of a concert goer, I guess. Live at P-Funk 1, driving, traffic, oh my God, traffic. Traffic to Anaheim, hell, traffic down to LA. Usually, in fact, basically, the same drive I take to get to work. during a more busy time. It was like, it took like an hour. It took like an hour, almost over an hour to do a drive. I'm used to doing in 25 minutes. Had me going all through back streets, Vermont, this and that. It was pleasurable. I enjoyed it. Even though my shoulder blade or back muscle, that muscle was killing me. Or nagging me. It's nagging me now. So when I'm driving without that back muscle pain or that shoulder blade muscle pain, whatever, when I'm driving without that, it's in that Jeep, music, comfortable, almost one of the best feelings there is, just rolling out. So tomorrow I'm gonna have to go to Vegas, and be comfortable. Get up, eat something early, take some Tylenol. I might take Tylenol and ibuprofen. Try to use the lumbar in the back, try different things, leaning the seat back, recline, sit straight up, all of it. I had it before and lasts for maybe like a month, then it just goes away. So I get ready for that. And then, the last time I went from Vegas to Pachanga was when I had an accident. Made my insurance go up a lot. I switched lanes, and I knew I did. When I made the move, I knew I was wrong, and I clipped the back of a car. I was like, it's my fault, man. Submitted to my insurance. I didn't even have to do nothing. I guess they paid the guy. My insurance went up a lot, if you ask me. So I gotta watch that ride. That ride could be 4 hours or 6 hours or whatever. I'm sitting in the car, make sure I have some food. I think I'm gonna get to the House of Blues early, grab a table, eat, get the, quick pass, or free pass the line, or whatever they call it. Get in, get my spot, Mandalay Bay. Been there before. So we'll get at it. Then I got a room. Wake up the next morning. It's Sunday. A lot of people travel back on Sunday, so you really gotta watch the freeway and accidents. You can be on that, you can get stuck on that thing. Whew. Going from Vegas to basically Temecula, or like almost roughly San Diego. I was thinking about getting a room. And then it'd be easier just to drive back after the show, because there won't be no traffic. You just do 80, 90 miles an hour home, get it done with, instead of waiting the next day and have to experience traffic. So, Sunday will be a long day. Should be good. Then after that, next show that I will attend, DC on the 14th. At least that's where the schedule I planned out. We'll see. There's a few things that need to happen or should happen or will happen. Over the next couple weeks to determine my future. But it's good. I love the band. I love the music. Flashlight, we funk. Dun, dun, dun. We funk. Helping find most of all. I like how that plays out now. We funk. We need to funk. We shake it. We funk. Most of all. Everybody come in. Most of all, we funk. It was good. It was good. It was really good. I had a good time. I'm in a good place. Out here, do some caregiving, hopefully. A better attitude and a better approach. I'm gonna do my best, but I'm thinking. I can't lie. I ain't gonna act like nothing. Basically, I'm not act like this. I'm not gonna act like. Now I'll come down and do it. Probably the best I can do is not make, but it's boom, boom, boom. Yes, nope, nope. Okay, thank you. You're welcome. Like, enjoy it, or to come off like that, or to put the patient at ease. If I don't have a true compassion or empathy or sympathy, even though but I'm in a good place. Good place, I'm gonna say. And 24 hours to get through it. You're gonna survive. 24 hours. You probably can tell by the way I'm talking about it. The terms of which I'm talking about this, you can probably see how I feel about it. So, Vegas, and the Pachanga, and then I get the Pachanga, I get to go home. See, that's another thing. Get to go home. I get to go home. Whew. And tentatively, there's nothing scheduled for a week, but we know better. Tentatively, I have nothing to do with it, but I think I got to come out here a couple of days. Come out here for a few days. Stuff like that. Which really shouldn't be so bad, you know? It really shouldn't be, it's not that much. It's not like I got to work. It's just, you know, the way I go through things. Jeffery Scott Mitchell. $13. I'm gonna get 13 a shirt. I'm gonna go ahead and get him one. She's gonna wear it on stage. And we needed that. Missed that opportunity. Like I said, I had too many distractions, too many things going on, missed that opportunity. Really nice. See that LA MAGA shirt on stage, you know. I'm gonna make it happen next time. Even if I gotta come out of my pocket. Slim Goody too. Always give up to Slim Goody. Always give it for years. You know, he been doing what he do. I've been seeing him, we've been running around. I always got to give it up to the man. He's just, and I'm not saying hustler, even though he probably is. I just mean hustle. Hustle in the purest definition sense. He got good hustle, he sell his shirts, he be talking to people, he know what he doing. Got that swagger. Sarah was there. Dude from Donnie, I've only heard other people call his name Donnie. Seen him from San Diego all the time. He's usually the first one in line. Just meeting and talking to folks, you know? Barry Chanel, Someone Gone the Clown. I mean, just Robert Bain, I ain't seen him in a long time. I mean, he was running around. Me and him was kind of running around in the same circles back before I knew what any of it, when I was a newbie to all this. You know, so Gratifying is not the word, but it probably is. It's just so rewarding being Jeffrey Scott Mitchell. I earned it, I built it, I created it. Integrity, honesty, being genuine, articulate, personable, healthy, clean, respectable. I do love being me. Anyway, swinging on y'all 2 times. I want cha-chas today. I don't know what time they close. I want that Mexican food. I want that Mexican burrito. I don't know what time they close. It's Friday. This place it's one of them kind of places might close at 3 o'clock. It's damn near 2 now. Anyway, swinging on y'all 2 times. For me, for the funk. Did I mention Benzel? I keep forgetting to mention him again. He's so solid back there. Talked to him before. He was like 15 years, 14 years. He's been back there. Don't seem like it. Don't seem like it at all. Anyway, swinging on y'all 2 times. For me, for the funk. And for every elementary particle that has ever existed in any atom. I didn't even talk about Mr. Clinton, did I? Well, I did say he was doing extra. He was a little extra. He's putting a little extra into it. He was hyped, you could tell. I was like, is you messing with that stuff again? That's how hype, you can see the difference. So did you? Huh? That's, you can see the difference in his energy and stuff. Swing on y'all 2 times. For me, for the funk. And for every elementary particle that has ever existed in any atom, in this or in any universe that ever was, is, or will be. The totality of it all, theory of universe. Hypothesis of all as one. My name is Jeffery.